Hello YouTube. So in this particular video we'll be fixing light flickering in your video. So I just finished editing this episode of podcast for one of my clients, but unfortunately, even though I had noticed while I was shooting this video, but in my head I just felt I'd seen tutorials, there should be a way around it because I really loved the set, and I think we were on generator. Our inverter was not powering the AC, so we needed to use generator because we were out of light. So after editing, I noticed that I couldn't fix this in Premiere Pro just as every other tutorial is. So but DaVinci gives us a better result, which is much faster than what I thought Premiere Pro is going to give to us. But before we go directly into DaVinci, I would like us to try what tutorials I'd seen on how to fix flickering images in Premiere Pro. And we would not be dashing around talking about whether your country should be shooting 25 frames or it should be shooting 24 frames. You have shot it already. What we need now is the solution. So let's go into Premiere Pro and see if Premiere Pro fixed this for us. Then there will be no need to go to DaVinci. So but if it doesn't, definitely we'll be checking it out in DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so this is my video, and all the tutorials that I've seen said you should duplicate you should duplicate your video into two places, and then you should move the first video by, let me unlink this, and then we would move this by just a frame. We may need to zoom in really closely, so you're going to adjust this by a frame, and then this would be adjusted by double 2 frames. Then you will adjust this by 2 frames, and then we would be adjusting. You come to opacity now, and then you would reduce this to 33%, and then this would you would reduce your first layer to 33% and the second layer to 75%. So this is what all the tutorials that seen in Premiere Pro says. So let's check if it's reduced the flickering. Unfortunately, the flickering is still there. I tried all my possible best to see what I was not even getting right. One of the tutorial even said this tool is what we should use in moving it, but I don't know why it is not moving in my own frame. So this is not working in Premiere Pro. You could have seen a lot of tutorial telling you to do this, but still not working. So now I checked out YouTube, I checked out the internet because I needed to deliver this clean video, but I wasn't getting any solution. So dived into DaVinci, and fortunate for me, I was able to get a very, very fast solution. So thank you to DaVinci, and Premiere Pro really needs to do a whole lot of work if they really want us to still be using their application, especially from the fact that it is paid and not free. So I'll be importing the same clip right now into DaVinci Resolve. I will drag and drop. So this is the clip again. We can still see the flickering. So how do we fix it in DaVinci Resolve? So if you're new to the channel, ensure you subscribe so that you can get useful tutorial on this YouTube channel. So, and you have to come to your, so let's solve it now. Come to your open effects in DaVinci Resolve, and then you search for Deflicker without plugins. they have a particular effect that you could just drag and drop the flicker. So once I drag and drop, you can come to your effect, control panel. That would enable you to do more, settings. You'll be able to toggle your effect here. So let's see how this looks now with the default effects. This works pretty well, but I usually would notice, that is the time lapse, I usually would notice that it has a kind of motion blur because it is for time lapse. It works better for time lapse. So let's scroll through again. It works, but there is this motion blur that I can feel in my clip. So I would not be using this. I would stay on fluoro light, which has what I'll be staying. So I'll be staying on fluoro. I'll be staying on this second option, which is fluoro light. It works pretty well, and my flickering has just stopped. So if you now want to toggle it better, you want to really get it on an advanced level, you can change it to number of frames you want. You can adjust all of these per time and see how better it works for you. But for this particular tutorial, so as not to really make it longer than necessary, I would leave this on this effect. You can see how perfectly this works. So I'll be exporting just the part for us so that we can see the before and the after, how far this has been able to work for us. So, and at the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to preview it. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if this has worked for you. Thank you so very much. I'll see you in my next tutorial.